Hi all, welcome back. Hal here with more Empyrion Galactic Survival. There's been a little bit of let's just say, issue. So what's been going on is I keep forgetting to reset the audio levels in Empyrion when I'm recording the episodes. So I've actually had to throw away a couple of episodes, and So what I'm doing is I'm trying to redub, see how this works out for us, and we'll continue on from here. So. For those who turned up for the live stream on Friday, thank you. I appreciate the turnout. For those who have been watching the episodes and hitting that like button, and to the new subscribers, also thank you and welcome to the new subscribers. And after the wonderful fiasco that was the live stream ongoing issues, we had a small crash, and what ended up happening is that the original game that I was playing was lost. When I came back, I had no vehicles left. Fortunately, I had backed up the game not long before we had gotten into the live stream, so I actually had a duplicate save of most of the stuff already done. But I did lose the new resources that I had gathered and some of the other things. So what you're seeing here is after fixing the ship, for the people who saw it in the live stream, it was a little goofy looking. What I'm doing here is I'm going to be putting more fuel cells in so that they run the length of the nacelle here. I may put storage down behind the generators in each of the nacelles. I haven't decided yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start making up the pieces that I need. So this system, or this ship, is going to have a lot of power. The idea is that it's going to be a fighter spec, and I'm not quite sure how well it's going to work because the design, I really haven't test spaced the design at all. It works basically, but yeah, it's definitely going to come down to, probably needing to tweak where the thrusters are and what the thruster balance looks like. So what we're going to do here is I do want to add more of the thrusters, and I am also going to add an additional RCS once I have some of the resources gathered, because as you can see, I'm starting to run out of a few things. I did do a run up to the asteroids to gather some of the material, as one of the people called it, the asteroid puke. It's the things that you need to build both the gravity generator as well as the large generator. So the space station will actually have gravity as well as the large generator. I've already got large fuel cells up there, and we are just waiting for the rest of these thrusters to be built. So for the folks who haven't been following along or who are new to Empyrion, the developers have released their roadmap, or a overview of the roadmap, and what they're planning on doing is they're currently working on the randomization. They want to have each of the games to have the ability to have a random planet set in it. So you could end up with, 3 planets or 5 planets or whatever, and the content of those planets and the distribution of the minerals will be random. I'm not sure how that's going to work as far as some of the rarer resources, like maybe if there's a specific biome seed for each of the planets, and certain resources can only show up in that biome seed. That could be interesting, but I'm not sure, because with what they've been showing, they've actually got water levels now, and they're starting to get to the point where they're talking about underwater bases, which will be basically a completely sealed environment. So it's going to be interesting, and the game is really coming along. So one of the things I did find when I was doing some test flights with this earlier is that the ship does not have enough lift. So what I'm doing here is trying to increase the maneuvering a little bit by giving some opposed thruster set on it. I am gonna see, is this working any better? Hey, we actually are able to maintain hover. Yay! So what was happening before is that I would try to raise, and I could lift off when I was under full power, but when I was just trying to hover, we couldn't just idle here like this. So now that we can do that, that's a good thing. What we need to do is actually put some landing gear on this beast. And I've got a couple of extra thrusters, so what we're going to do is let's put, I don't know, what do you think? Braking thrusters? Maybe some more braking thrusters? So, and I do need to increase the lateral thrusters so that I can accelerate and maneuver on a flat plane, not just the X and Z, or Y and Z. Y and Z. Sorry, I'm a little congested today. Yeah, so do I want to add... Yeah, let's go ahead and use these as retro thrusters so that we have basically similar retro thrusts as we do primary directional thrust. And what that'll allow me to do is to be able to stop as fast as I can accelerate. Each of these are only half power of the main thrusters on the back. So what that will mean is that they have the same sum total of thrust, but they've only got half power output on each. So we will decelerate a little bit slower than we accelerate, which is going to be interesting, and we'll see how that works out in reality. And then, as you can see here, I've got the open spots in the back. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with everything there. I do think I'm going to put another RCS in. Let's see, what are we going to check? Oh, crops are in. So, I had somebody ask me the other day why I like the Dino Stew Royale, and I like it because of the fact that while it takes 9 items, or 3 items to make, it allows you to store roughly, yeah, you would get more if you ate the 9 items individually, but for what you get for the same storage of 9 items, you get in 1/3 of the storage space. And the food output, the food value is 200 units on your food bar, and your food bar is only 500 units. So where it would normally take 9 items, you can do the same thing in 3, basically, or roughly in 3. So yeah, it's one of those nice things that if you're looking to save some space, you basically just let your crops grow until everything's ready. You harvest it, cook the meat up, turn it into ham, and then grab the space durians and pumpkins. And those 3 items, the hams, durian, and pumpkins, will give you the Dino Stew Royale. So it's good stuff, good stuff. So what we're trying to do here is let's make sure we have everything. We've got the... Did I pick up the ham? I think I left the ham. Oh, nope. Okay, yeah, we got enough. Alright, so I may need to actually store the rest of the ham, but let's see. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, the value of the food for the ingredients, it's a good trade-off. I do think it's probably, outside of the rations, it's probably the best food material in the game. It just is very convenient, very efficient. Yeah, and like I said, oh look, and we have meat outside waiting for us. Okay, even better. And that's one of the things, is that if you end up killing a lot of the animals, you will end up with the meat. So you might as well use it for something useful. Excuse me. So yeah, so talking to some of the folks in both the live stream as well as some of the commenters on the videos, I know that we've been having a lot of background noise, and I had somebody comment on something that they were picking up on their set, but no one else seems to be seeing. So I don't know if it was unique to that person's configuration, or if it was something with the system that I wasn't hearing because I don't have the high-end microphone, or not high-end headphones and speaker systems. Because I do use a Sony, basically a DJ headset for my mic set, but I do play back through my microphone's monitor jack. I'm using the Rode NT USB, and so yeah, the system plays really well. I get a lot of I do hear some of the background noise that people comment on, and I've been trying to figure out ways to isolate that noise a little bit better. So what I'm doing here is, like I said, we are redubbing this episode, and I am currently using Premiere Pro. and I have tried to isolate as much background noise as possible. So let me know what you think about the audio. Like I said, I am constantly learning new things, and I'm always trying to improve the quality of the videos and the general content that I put up. So any feedback you have, feel free to throw it in the comments section below. I do read all of the comments. Thankfully, the channel is not so large that everybody gets lost, and I'm only able to pick up one or two of the comments. And I really want to try to be, no matter how large the channel does get, that everybody's voice is important. I may not be able to always incorporate things that specific people are asking for. However, I do want you to know that I do pay attention to what's said. I will try to always comment on and reply back to comments when I can. There's some comments, you're probably not going to get a reply if you're just being a complete jackass about things. It's the nature of YouTube. But for the most part, even the people that reply with let's call them hateful comments. Thankfully, I haven't had that many on the channel. I've only had, I think, one or two in the last year or so. For me, I am who I am. It's really easy for me to kind of shrug those off. I personally don't care if people leave hateful comments, but just remember, it's all on the wheel, right? It all comes back. Of course, some people will say it only matters for the people on the outer edge of the wheel, but it is what it is, and we'll continue on. So yeah, basically what I'm going to be doing is, as you can see, I've got some parts that I want to try and finish the new ship with. We will take it up into orbit just to do a quick fly around with it, see how it handles, bring it back down. I'm currently making the power coils, for both the gravity generator as well as the power generator for the space station. And we may actually go up and deliver those today as well. Oh, what the hell? Oh, look at this. So, yeah. Keep forgetting, I just came off of a couple of hours of 7 Days to Die. So I keep wanting to try and left mouse button to rotate. And yeah, it's like, oh, alright. Could be worse. At least I have the parts and material necessary to not only remake these things, but to reclaim them as well. Oh, that's a big block. Okay, so let's try this again. All right, and we're going to try and give us a round on this. Yeah, that looks okay, I guess. Let's see. I don't really want... I want that to be tighter. I don't want it to... yeah, that looks better. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and place this. I'm going to come back with the sloped arc pieces there to finish off the upper and lower areas as well. And let's see if we can get this to match up. Alright, there we go. Aha, that's actually the way I want all of them. So I'm going to have to come back around, I think, and relay some of these. We're also going to add some side thrusters on the lateral thrusters above the existing thruster set. And I am out of blocks again. Okay. So let's try... Okay, let's go ahead and place these. That wasn't what I was trying to do. Okay. I need to put some square blocks back there. And let's reclaim all of these. So, but yeah, so like I was saying with the game, the developers have been talking to the community, basically listening to what some of the concerns are. As of Saturday's update, I believe it was, they have reintroduced the strength prior to the current alpha build for the mining tool. Basically what was happening is that they had slowed down the rate of extraction for the mining tool, and basically it really slowed down gameplay progression because it took so much longer. I mean, it was, I think they downed it by about a third to one half of the old extraction rates. So what we've been seeing in the recent update is that they have reintroduced the older extraction rate. So it's a faster extraction, so you're burning a little bit less fuel for the amount of extraction time you're getting. And it seems like they may have increased the amount of material you're getting in each extraction tick. I'm seeing, I think it's about 10 to 15% more, maybe 20% more per extraction than we were seeing before. So where we were seeing like 3, where you're picking up 3 units per extraction, you're picking up 4 now. And sometimes 5. So I was really surprised to see that. I'm happy that they're doing it because it means it's more material. It's less, it's less time to actually get things done and get back into space. So let's go grab the rest of our parts. Like I said, I do want to make an RCS. Let's see what we've got going on here. A couple of blocks. It looks like we've got. Go ahead and queue a few more of these up since we have figured out that, yes, those are the ones that we want. We've got 1 thruster in use. Put those away. Let's put that. And we will, let's go ahead and throw these in storage. And now it's basically just doing the general maintenance and making sure everything is, all of our upkeep is done. So, let's see. What do we have here? Do we have the parts? Yes, we do. We can make the gravity generator. We can make a regular generator. Let's go ahead and make the gravity generator. We'll add a large generator just to see, but I think I'm 1 short on the power coil. Yeah, it looks like I am 1 short on the power coil, but we'll see. Because I think it takes 5. Yeah, it looks like I am short. So we'll wait for it to finish just to make sure that's the only thing I'm short on. Oh, nope, I'm short on electronics as well. Okay. Well, fortunately, I have enough silicon that it doesn't matter. We'll start making up some parts. And we'll make up so we'll go ahead and grab this one. And then, what was it, 6? Okay. So we'll go ahead and make 6 electronics, add to that queue. And then we'll make our generator. And we'll take all of this up to the space station and we'll get it installed. So, let's come back out to the ship. Since we do have some blocks, we are going to go ahead and finish, some of this, a little bit of that. There we go. I would like to add some landing gear to this thing as well, because right now, every time I land it, I'm doing ridiculous damage to both the ship as well as the base, and I really don't want to have to keep repairing the thing every time I turn the ship on and off and take off and land it, So, one of the things I do want to do is also put weapons on this, and I'm going to put a couple of the small rocket launcher, small ship rocket launchers on the front. Those 2 blocks that are on the nose are currently placeholders, and that is where I'm planning on installing the rockets. So while we're here, let's go ahead and take care of all of this. That is not what I want. Let's see here. There we go. That's what I want. So now that I have this, come on. Where is it? There. No, that's not it. Whoa. Is that it? No. That's not it. Come on, we can figure this out. Okay, maybe we can't. There we go. That's what I want. So what I want is that nice smooth transition on the corners. Let's see how that works. And I'll probably add additional thrusters on the back of this. I'm thinking that I want to have 4 main thrusters so that I actually have some get up and go for the ship. And yes, I did do those backwards, didn't I? Okay. So we'll take those out, keep working on the thrusters, and then, like I said, the blocks here in the front. So the blocks in the front here are where we are going to put those rockets. And let's see how she handles. Since we've added some thrusters, everything looks good. We've got good acceleration up and down. We've got right and left lateral. We can translate to the side. That's awesome. And then obviously we know we can move forward and backwards. So let's see. Kind of, it seems to handle okay. It's a little sluggish on the elevation, bringing the nose up and down. We can rotate, so the rolls are nice. But yeah, it does feel a little stiff, so I think I'm going to need to add a couple of more thrusters. See if we can get this thing a little bit more maneuverable, because I do want this to be my dogfighter. So yeah, it's my little runabout. I'm sure that other people have built something that looks exactly like this or similar to this. I mean, it's pretty hard not to in this game, but we'll do with what we got, right? So, of course, I do probably want to hide that core, because it would be nothing worse than be flying and have that core shot out from under us. So, now that we're in space, let's take a little flight around, see what we got. Since I am not armed in this ship, I really don't want to get into combat yet, so it's pretty much just a there and back again scenario. But as you can see, the deceleration works really, really well right now. So I need to figure out if I'm going to add more retro thrusters, because I may add them on the winglets, so that where the nacelles join the main body, I may put some retro braking thrusters in there. If I do, I'm not sure how that'll work, because I want to put some of the cannons in there as well. So let's take a flight around and we will see. There's the base. See, it is getting easier to find the base. Once I figured out what I needed to do to locate it, yeah, I've been able to pretty much find it whenever I need it now. It's just figuring out which side of the asteroid belt I'm on, or the asteroid cluster I'm on, when I break orbit. So we're going to go over here. We will drop the gravity generator off. And I don't think I'm going to put I don't have the generator, do I? I think I only brought the gravity generator. So what I'll need to do is once we have the once we have the large generator up here, I'll pull the small generator out, and we'll work on the base itself. I do think that next, maybe not next episode, but the episode after, will be a lot more of the space behavior. What we did on the live stream for Friday was I actually had started to put in the elevator shafts, because I was going to do an area where there's going to be an elevator on either side of the core going down. There will be a spindle into what will be a mining area, as well as, well, not mining, but a crafting area, refining area, docking port, as well as the residential and the farming location. So we will have a farm up here as well. I'm going to do basically a culinary wing, a residential wing, and then the docking ring. So yeah, so we have gravity on our space station. That's a good thing. Now, the gravity generator is a sphere from the point of gravity. The thing is that it is planar gravity. So no matter where you are within the sphere, gravity is exerted in the same direction. So if you go out here and you drop below the plane of the gravity generator, you are still within the same gravitational field, so you drop away from the station. That I don't like. I think that it should be, it should be an option. You should have the option to have a uniform gravity envelope where gravity is the same and it's constant across both the above and below the plane of the gravity device. But I think you should also be able to do it as a radius pulling towards the device. So if you go below the plane, you are pulled back to the positive side of the plane. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a gravity system. It works. So that's what matters. So we will turn everything off. We're going to head back into the ship, and we're going to head back to the planet. And I am going to go ahead and I think I'm going to call the episode here. So thank you everybody for stopping in today. I do appreciate you spending the time with me. For the folks that have been leaving the likes, I do appreciate that as well. Every little bit helps. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure you hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, because it'll keep you up to date on what I'm doing with not only this series but the other series, as well as when I go live. And as always, folks, take care, be safe out there.